And welcome back, my fellow fiends. After a brief recording hiatus, we have returned to Let's Play Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. Last time, we defeated Pale Rider, and we have opened up the path to Yoyogi Park, which is where we're going to be heading because, Futomimi's mysticism has pointed us that way. More importantly than that, though, is that we got the Vimana Magatama from the Collector's Shop in the previous video, and that teaches us Endure. At the moment, there aren't really any other skills I care about from that Magatama. Also, we got a treasure right here. Get a revival bead. Very nice. There's no other treasure that I really care about in this brief tunnel area. But, yeah, not really anything else I care about Vimana. It's just, Endure is obviously so good, because it gives us some protection against ambushes, and pretty solid protection at that. And we'll just take these guys out. Quick and easy peasy. If I need to top off my MP, I can just pull Hellbiker out of the stock. I don't know if I have a Stoma up at the moment. Let's check to see if I got that going. I did not, so yeah, let's throw that on, get the chaff encounters out of the way. They don't get much experience or money. We do need quite a bit of money. One of the things I want to do, especially once I hit level 52... Oh, what's this guy's deal? Oh, Sakahagi. It's been a while since we've seen him, although not terribly long. Not 6 years long. Here you've got a small terminal if you just want to quickly warp back to Asakusa. We do not need that at the moment. But yeah, it looks like Sakahagi is the went this way. Now, something that I've been meaning to mention since 2 videos ago is that as soon as we have defeated Black Rider, we actually now have enough candelabra to progress further into the Labyrinth of Amala, but I don't really like to do that at this moment. Well, for reasons that we'll get into when we actually enter it. We will be going there after Yoyogi Park, as a bunch of side quests open up to us once we clear Yoyogi Park, and we will get a bunch of goodies for doing so, and that's a really good time to take on the third Kalpa, I feel. Now, you may notice that Shining Shrine over there. There isn't anything we can do with that at the moment, but tuck it away for later. You'll want to keep that in mind if you want to get all the Magatama in the game. What do you got to say, buddy? An excellent question, and hopefully one we'll get an answer to later in the game, and we will get an answer to it later in the game. Sorry, this area is a little chaotic. I'm kind of losing my way here. But yeah, we can head to the third Kalpa if we so choose. I just choose not to at the moment. Now, before we can get to Yoyogi Park, we have to take a brief detour into the Asakusa Tunnels. And don't worry, this is nowhere near as long as the previous tunnel dungeon, although it looks like it's a bit more of a... I guess there's a lot more carnage. Let's just head south past this corpse here, and I believe there is a treasure around one of the corners. Yes! Get a repulse bell out of this one. Not really necessary, since of course we have Pisaka, the ultimate in zombie technology. We'll throw that back up once we actually get into an area where we can run to enemies. But yeah, looks like Sakahagi has left his usual calling cards along the way here. Poor guys. They didn't even stand a chance. Yeah, the mannequins do seem fairly weak. Something that I did not get a chance to show off in Ikebukuro is very, very rarely you can run into crazed mannequins who will attack you with knives, and they are the weakest enemies in the game. They cannot be recruited. It's just kind of a weird thing that can happen occasionally. There's a couple areas where you can run into mannequins as enemies, and they're not any threat. I guess it's just more reason to feel sorry for them, especially since on hard mode you have no choice but to slaughter them, since you cannot run from the encounters. I mean, I guess I could use a smoke ball or Trafuri, but why put in that effort? Alright, let me look at my notes here. We want to take the left turn here, and we want to throw on Liftoma here. Yeah, the floor traps here, they honestly don't deal that much damage. It's just like 3% of your HP. Let's see, we got Rajanaga here. This guy is weak fire. We don't really have fire at the moment. Let's just take one out with Windcutter. Now, Rajanaga is actually an evolution enemy. He evolves off of Naga, so this is an opportunity to recruit him if you don't feel like bringing a Naga up to the level that you need. I was honestly hoping I wouldn't roll the 2 hits there so I could attempt at a recruitment there, but it did not work out. And here is where we can formally meet Ikusa. Previously, we could only run into these guys, what was it, in the second Kalpa, but now we can run into them as normal enemies, and they are just as dangerous here as they were in the second Kalpa. I am playing a little risky by running Vimana, but I really don't want to miss the opportunity to get Endure at the earliest possible chance, so we're going to run that risk. Here we get a couple medicines. Those have long since been useless. North, though, we get a slightly better reward, so let's head into this door here and open up this cube. Get 8,000 Maka. Very nice. I need a good supply of Maka to pull Orthrus back out of the compendium. Not for the reason you'd expect, though. We actually have a very important fusion coming up that Orthrus, as I have registered him, is a very good component for. So we'll go over that once we have the chance to actually buy him back. But for right now, that's just something we have to deal with, is getting the money. The Yakusas do give pretty good money. You saw that encounter I got into with 4 of them. They gave over 1,000, so that can build up our stock pretty well if you want to spend some time fighting things here. Okay, so yeah, it looks like Sakahagi's heading the same way we are. To what end? We don't know at the moment, although it probably involves Magotsui. Everything in Nocturne involves Magotsui. I really like how in Shin Megami Tensei 5, Magotsui actually has like a mechanical representation with your special moves. I always thought it was funny how like Magotsui is just such a big aspect of the story in Nocturne, and you don't do anything with it in gameplay. It's not any kind of resource you have access to. Okay, we'll take this guy out, and as you can see over there, we've got a mystical chest, so I will, as always, just advance the Kagetsuchi until we can open it. Alright, here we are at full Kagetsuchi. Let's open this up. And we get 5,000 Maka. I mean, a bead chain. Yeah, I don't really have much use for those for their intended purpose. Also, off-screen, I actually did manage to recruit a Rajanaga. He doesn't really have anything terribly interesting, although more Tarukaja Fusion Father. I guess Drain Attack is kind of cool. I kind of wish there were better resources online, like just compiled better for seeing what skill lists demons have in this game. The Megami Tensei wiki does have skill lists for this game, but it's on a demon-to-demon basis. They don't like have a just combined doc with, you know, like a bestiary with every demon and every skill that they have. There is a bestiary for this game on GameFAQs, but it is specifically for the enemy versions of the demons, which are not quite the same as the playable versions. Also, it's just not laid out very conveniently, since it's by area that you encounter them. Now, in here, let's see, this one, if I remember correctly, is a trap. But it's just a bunch of... Oof, that could be rough. It's just a bunch of titans. These guys are not too threatening, so long as they don't decide to gang up on the Demi-Fiend, and that is perfect. Stun being one of the few ailments that Daisojo doesn't just drain. I forget if these guys resist Expel, and I don't feel like looking through my notes, so let's just see. These guys do resist Force, so I don't want to use that. They also have counter, so it is not a smart idea to use multi-targeting physical attacks on them, unless the demon doing so is immune to that. Let's see. We'll just meditate this one down. Yeah, one more Starlight will take these guys out. Starlight, already getting some value in. It's not quite as strong as Violet Flash, it seems. Oh well, has a bit more utility at least. Alright, we have hit level 50. We give ourselves 24 magic. One more point into magic, and I will be done with it for the rest of the game. I will not be investing any more hard points into it. And we get Endure. So long, Void Mind. I do not need you anymore. Tempest is not a particularly good physical skill. Alright, can we get something good? Now, Vimana makes you immune to nerve ailments, but in the irony of ironies, it stuns you very frequently. Do I have a disc stun on me? Yes, I do. Alright, let me just give some of Hellbiker's MP to Kurama. Yeah, just top him off as much as I can. I will probably have to pull Hellbiker in eventually, just so he can restore his MP stock. We want to take this treasure here. Also, we got a light ball from those titans as the main treasure. Get a Soma droplet here. Do not open the Chet or the cube in the corner. That is a mute trap. Mute is very annoying to deal with. I don't think I have any dismutes, so yeah, it would be really nasty to have Daisojo be afflicted with that, since obviously once he's muted, he cannot prayer the status away. Alright, heading through this way. Just make our way back up, and we're actually already at the end of the dungeon, more or less. Yeah, so this is a very short micro-dungeon, just basically to pad out the trek to Yoyogi Park. Wimpy enemies galore. I say that, but, you know, I'm setting myself to get ambushed by Yakusas and just, like, have them, I don't know, Arid Needle or Mudon me to death. Speaking of which, I should probably pick a better Magatama for general travel now. Okay. Now, for Magatamas that I actually want to start working on to learning their skills, not for the purpose of actually putting on my skill set, just to get them out of the pool, I definitely want to start working on Gehenna, because we want to build that towards the final skill that it teaches. Anything else it teaches is just incidental, and I don't really care about it. Another one that we want to start working on is Narukami. I think we only need to get one skill from it, Shock, and then we'll have access to Elect Boost, which will be important later, because I'm going to transition into using electric magic over force magic, since that magic comes in handy in numerous fights, and the Demi-Fiend is already set up for being pretty powerful with casting it, so it's just more prudent to set him up for that. There's one fight where it is very important that you have the upgraded electric spell Bolt Storm, and it's one that people who've played this game know very well, and that's just a dead end over there. Yeah, nothing else to get in here, so we can just mosey on out. Alright, off of that encounter, I managed to recruit an Yakuza, giving him a bunch of items that were probably way more valuable than he really deserved. Nice codpiece there. But yeah, he's pretty standard physical demon. Again, just more fusion fodder, really. Let me just take stock in my inventory here. Yeah, he took all the chakra drops I had. He wanted 2 of them. He also took a ruby off me, which was, honestly, that was a terrible trade. I probably shouldn't have given him that. Oh, well. Here's to what could have been, right? Maybe I could have gotten a super awesome Aramitama with that. Most likely not. I probably would have forgotten I had it since, you know, it's been a week since I've played this game. I don't keep a good running total of all the gems that I have at any given moment. And, like I said, I'm pretty sure there's nothing left, but just to make sure I wasn't a big liar in my notes, and I wasn't. Go me. Alright, we got one more ghosty ghost to talk over here. So, looks like we're gonna have some agitated fairies halting us. Of course, this is tying back to the entrance of Yoyogi Park that we were able to access before, and it was nothing but pixies. We're going to see a greater variety of fairies within Yoyogi Park once we get into the other side. In fact, the only enemy type you can run into in Yoyogi Park is fairies. Yeah, there is a... Fairy is one of the more robust rosters for demons in this game. What do you got to say? Everybody's in a tiz. Yeah, so everybody's panicked, and we are going to be attacked aggressively. Like, that's so different from any other area we've been to. So many people are talking about Sakahagi here. Now, what? So, yes, if you go up to the door to enter the Yoyogi Park construction site, the door is locked, much like it was on the other side. That troll is just tuckered out, and he is laying down there. We will just leave him to his rest. Now, we head over to this side, and we get not too much. We got a pixie over here. Man, so many people are just annoyed with Sakai. Wait, what was that you said? Human in the southern room, eh? Alright, well, that's probably something worth talking to. It's 2 people that it could be, most likely. Doubt it's Hijiri, so that leaves us with Miss Takao and Chiaki. Isamu has, of course, gone full crazy, and also is something of a demi-fiend himself now, so I don't think he'd necessarily register as human to the demon populace here. Let's just update our save here, and this is the large terminal for Yoyogi Park. As we will find, it is not exactly conveniently located, so yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. And I will probably, at some point, want to travel back to Asakusa so that I can pull out Orthrus. Like I said earlier, 52 is the level that I want to be at. Another thing that I'm planning to do with my additional funds that I get from killing enemies here is that I want to create a Nigimitama with Watchful at this point, because now, at this point, we can get it leveled up pretty quickly, and once I register it after it gains 4 levels, it'll have access to all the boost skills in the game, making it very good for boosting up demons that have elemental magic. And it is Miss Takao. If you were guessing it was her, you've won the lottery. You win a chakra drop. Remember, you gotta do it at the full Kagutsuchi if you want a chance at that incense. Sorry, Mr. Takao, I was kind of rambling. What were you saying? So, once again, it all boils down to Magatsui. Yeah, Aradia seemed to, like, in a hurry to get out of there, but hey, they upgraded our demon stock, so I can't complain. So any ability that Mr. Cow had, pretty much gone. Hikawa made sure of that, draining her own Magatsui. So I guess Mr. Cow herself is also similar to the Demi-Fiend at this point, calling on demonic or godly power to protect herself. Yeah, I do kind of agree with you. But what is your plan? Seems like so far you don't really have much of a goal beyond foil Shijima. Mr. Cow, I don't think you understand how this works. You gotta find your own reason. Oh well. The Yahiro no Himurogi, huh? So that explains why Sakahagi is here. That guy is jonesing for Magatsui. Huh. Let me guess. You want me to go get it, right? Bingo. Well, I'll help you out. You gotta be kind to your teacher, right? And we get our reason for agreeing to help her. She gives us the key to Yoyogi Park. Although I believe if you turn her down, she just gives you the key anyways. Like, well, if you change your mind. Not like she's gonna do anything with it. And yes, that will leave Mr. Cow to her stewing about why she doesn't have a reason. Better make sure I have Estoma up. The enemies in here, in this entrance area, are relatively weak. It's mostly high pixies and pyrojacks. We'll be running into much tougher demons when we enter the Yoyogi Park proper. Sakahagi's just being in trouble for everyone, not just mannequins now. Okay. Let me just get my notes set up so that I have the treasure list here. Quite a few good items for us to get in here, so let's get to it. Hey, Pyrojack. I'm not exactly sure what your standards are if I'm weak looking to you. I'd like to see you try. And thus, we get our gimmick for this area. Now, the pixies are going to be above... You see those overhangs there? There are going to be pixies hiding out in some of them, and if we walk under them, they will warp us to random parts of the dungeon. Well, they'll actually warp us to set parts in the dungeon. Usually back to the entrance, but sometimes into other areas. And later in the construction site, we will actually have to warp around to get further into the area. Alright, got a couple trolls here. Oh, you want to join me? I think I do. Yeah, I picked up one earlier. Oh, you didn't join me. Oh, beads, not a terrible trade. I don't really need revival beads inside of battle. They're mostly useful for outside of it. Anyway, Wind Cutter, and dead. Yeah, what else do we got here? Let's see, we got Kelpies, we got Satanta. Satanta, he repels force, so I want to be very careful about approaching him. I'll probably use Hellfire with the Demi-Fiend. Also, you want to be careful, he's one of those demons that if he gets to be by his lonesome, he'll start using Dragon's Eye, I believe. Either Dragon's Eye or Beast's Eye, but he can also charge to, or focus to boost up his physical attack, so you definitely don't want him doing that. Hit him with a meditation here. And oof. Well, yeah, come down to one last hit. Will this kill him? Oh, no. Oh, wait, he's surrendering. Okay, I'll take that. And he is a man of his word, so Satanta has joined us. Very nice. Very nice, especially because I did not... I was a bit of a rough spot there. Let's just see. So yeah, Repels Force, Weak Curse, and Nerve. Not really anything I have access to. Hey, Sakukukaja fodder, though. Let me see here. Now for this dungeon, while I do like having physical resistance, we're going to equip Miasma. There's some very nasty ice magic that we can potentially run into here. Let me see. Let's have Daisojo heal us up. Actually, I'm going to return Anka to the stock and send him back to just getting EXP through Watchful. Hellbiker will probably be more handy here. Alright, so yeah, that's our gimmick here. Let me see. So we just want to go past that one. I believe we can go through here. Yep, no big deal here. Now, over here. So it looks like we got 4 sort of mazes to get through. Ah, okay. So yeah, that's our gimmick here. We climb up these ladders, and from the construction platform, we can look down over the area. One of the few times where manipulating the camera is actually used to any kind of effect. Whoop. And yeah, any overhang that has a glowing spot on it, that one has a pixie. So yeah, we want to go all the way to the right, take that door, then take the pass on the far right. Fairly easy. Some of these will require us to travel quite a bit before we actually get a chance to overlook the area and see where all the pixies are. You got anything for me, buddy? Ah, okay. So yeah, that's our goal. In here, we get a couple other life stones. I won't say no to those. Ah, in the middle of this encounter, we got some new enemies, Titanias. These are pretty nasty. They are resistant to all types of magic. They repel instant death spells. So our way to go here is we want to use some physical attacks on them, or just the strongest magic we have. So we'll use Tornado, and as you can see, yeah, they dropped that by about half what it's supposed to be, so pretty nasty there. They are very resistant spells. This is where having good multi-target physical attacks really starts to come in handy. The bright side about fighting them is that they give really good experience and money, and hopefully I'll run into a bunch of them so that we can build up our surplus of funds. We definitely need a ton of money going forward. I'll wait a little bit before I have Hellbiker Makatora us back up. Alright, so remember, we want to... Oh, here's the next demon we can run into, Oberon. This guy is not too terribly interesting. I think he's slightly resistant to physical, or maybe I'm thinking of a different game. But he's also weak to curse. Doesn't really have any other thing that I care about, so let me see. I'm just gonna pass to Karama and have him do a wind cutter on him. That should take him out. And then we can focus on bursting down the Satanta. So, hit him with this. He's not immune to Expel, so that's another option you can use to hit him. I could use Violet Flash, though I really don't think that would be too effective. Yeah. Hellbiker does have some pretty potent physical attacks at his disposal at this point, so that's going to be handy here for enemies that are otherwise immune to my standard attacks, which, you know, is Fire and Force. Let's Makatora us up here. Whoops. I was transferring it to Hellbiker himself. That didn't exactly work the way I was intending. Alright, through this door, and then all the way to the right. Easy peasy. No problemo. Alright, we're through there. Okay, so there's no more treasure for us to worry about here. Let's just get on to the next section. Yeah, just nothing here. Can warp yourself back if you feel like. Anyways, I was going to say earlier, Titania is the big reason why you want some level of protection against ice. Speaking of Titania. Oh, I won't bore you. And we've got more pixies to deal with. But yeah, Titania has Glacial Blast at her disposal. So that's why we want protection against ice. If that tags us twice, that could be really nasty. Nothing here has access to fire magic, so that's not a concern at all. And with Endure, again, my survivability is way up, so that helps out a ton. So this area has a bit of an interesting gimmick to it compared to the other ones. Ooh, we got a mystical chest here. Let me just advance the Kagetsuchi until it's ready. I'll just say that now. Alright, meet you when the Kagetsuchi is full. Alright, here we are at full Kagetsuchi. What fantastical treasure do we get from this mystical chest? A Bomb of Rising. My favorite, I said sarcastically, in case you could not tell. Alright, in a more serious note, let's progress further into this pixie maze. Now over here, I don't think there's anything too terribly important. There is just a ghosty ghost for us to talk to. Man, he already opened another cache queue boss? Oh, that's actually a pretty good hint right there. I never really bothered talking to this guy. Now, a boss that repels physical attacks, I want you to place your bets on what boss it could be if you are an SMT series mega fan, or you have just been with the series pretty consistently. Alright, I forget which pattern we are on at the moment. Let's just go forward right now, see what we get over here. Alright. I mentioned pattern. There's a particular gimmick to this maze, unique to this one. Let's go under this one. I think we start out under now. Okay. So that means... Actually, never mind. I just realized as soon as I walked through that, we are actually in a different gimmick than the one that I thought we were in. In this one, we actually do have to walk under some of the overpasses that will teleport us around, because they will teleport us to locations we need to be. I'm thinking of a different maze that is, I believe, the next one, actually. Okay, that was not what I wanted to do. But I think I'm figuring this out. Alright, we actually do want to get to the northeast, as because you saw there was some treasure there. Let's just get warped around a little bit, see where I end off. Okay, actually put us at the communications tower. And if I remember correctly, there is actually a terminal nearby here. I might be thinking of another one. Sorry, that is always the big problem with this game, is that so many of the dungeons, like the scenery, is just so identical to various locations in it. It's hard to keep track of what area specifically you're looking for. Alright, I see which way we can go now. Alright, so just want to keep that center one, and then we want to go, what is it, left, right? Yeah, whatever. I'll find out when I get there. If I'm getting warped around too much, then I'll just cut out my wandering. Okay, that was the right one. As soon as I got through here, I was already like, oh man, am I going to go under the wrong one? Alright, one thing to be very mindful of the Titanias is that they have Medir Rahan, and they will gladly use it if they are close to dead and you didn't finish them off. Also, we are getting close to a level up here, so let's take a bit of a risk here. Let's equip Narukami. Now, just to give myself some coverage here, let's return Daisojo and actually bring in... actually, you know what? No, let's return Hellbiker. And bring in Arahabaki just for that little bit of coverage in case we get nailed with an ice spell. Arahabaki gives me a little bit of protection against that. Okay, so for this one, we want to take the left, and then we want to take the right. Okay, I actually remembered it correctly this time. In here, we get a chakra drop. Very nice. And, of course, over here, we've got another mystical chest, so you know the routine here. Alright, the Kagatsuchi is full once again. Let's open up this mystical chest and get a sapphire. Very nice. Now, off-screen, I got the level up that I needed for Narukami, and thankfully, just have to get one level up for it, and Elect Boost is opened up for you. We'll want to learn that later once we get access to Boltstorm. Another good level up we got is Hellbiker. He leveled up and learned Attack All. That makes his normal physical attack hit all enemies, and honestly, this is just a testament to how terrible the scaling is on HP damage skills. Attack All does the same damage as Hellspin, but doesn't take a huge chunk of Hellbiker's HP to use, so going forward, that's probably just what I'm going to use. Probably after a point, maybe when Hellbiker gets like more vitality and, you know, just a decent amount of HP all around, maybe Hellspin will overtake it, but at the moment, not in the slightest. Alright, let me see. Okay, so I think we want to take this one right here. No, I was wrong, as per usual. Let me see. Yeah, I don't... As I was saying, I don't remember the exact path through here. Let me see. I believe there is one more treasure for us to get in here, though. Okay, now I have sense of where we got warped off to, so we want to take this one again. Boy. So, let me see. I think we want to get over to the west section. I really wish I was better about labeling which sections actually have the treasure. I didn't really think too hard about that when I was writing these notes. Ah, boy. Alright, yes, I'm pretty sure it's in this one. And for once, this is a treasure that is actually worth our time to get. Now, for this one, it's a bit tricky to get to, because we need to get through that door, but it is behind two teleportation overhangs, so we gotta find the portal that will actually put us right by it. So let's see, we want to look for the teleportation overhangs. We have not actually gone under yet, so let's head towards this one right here. Where will you put us? We are in the platform again, so that's not the one we need to take. I do distinctly recall having to be warped to this one, but again, my memory is not the greatest, so who knows? We'll get to it eventually. You know, the nice thing about this maze is that there's a very limited number of options to take, so once I exhaust them all, then we will actually find our way to the area we need to be in. And yes, I was correct, we do need to teleport to it. Now, over here... Where is it? There it is. Alright, so we got another mystical chest. You know the routine. Alright, the Kagetsuchi is at full. What is our reward? A luck incense. Not the greatest incense we can hope to get, but hey, every point of luck makes it ever so slightly more likely that I'll get to go first in battle, and that's worth its own weight in gold. Luck is never going to be a terribly high stat. The boosts we are going to get for it are going to entirely be chance-based. Alright, I forget which one we have to go through. I'm just gonna take a guess. No, I guessed wrong. Oh, well. Alright, let me get us back there and take a... Well, actually, no, wait, it just puts us right back there. Thank you, Pixie! Alright, so, never mind, I don't have to do any more editing on this. Let's just go through. Alright. That was one of the more forgiving 50-50 opportunities I've had. Hi, Oberon. You are weaker than Titania. Why are you greeting us here? What exactly do you mean by that? Ooh, we got high pixies here. Alright, so he's not exactly clear about what he means here, but the gimmick of this area is that the pixies will move as we pass through the overhangs that have them, and they'll take on two different patterns. There is a cross pattern and then an X pattern, or... You know, I'm just thinking, like, this is a Japanese game. X and cross are often synonymous with each other. How about T pattern and an X pattern? That's more like it. But that is something we will be dealing with in the next video. We will utilize this small terminal here to update our save and call it a video here. One more level and I will be at level 52, which is the next goal we need to hit. And there is not an insignificant chance I may just do that off screen, finish off the level, and get the demon that I want, because he's a really good one and he will help out immensely in the upcoming fights. So maybe I'll just do that off screen, but I'll stew on that for a bit. But with that out of the way, as always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, goodbye.